Good evening, my name is Hannah. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in the UK, and I am live, I think, on Facebook. If you are watching this live, there'll be a little red live icon somewhere on the screen. If you're watching this on the replay, there won't be a live button, and if you're on YouTube, you are watching a replay. But still, leave me a comment, let me know that you were here, and I will respond to any questions. So, I'm trying to talk a little bit quietly this evening because my 2-year-old son is still not yet asleep. He's starting to drive me a little bit insane. But I'm cracking on and doing this anyway. My husband is sat with him, so he's not on his own. And hopefully he'll be asleep by the time I finish. I hope. So, today I thought we would look at some of the Sale-a-bration goodies that are currently free. How cool is that? With a £45 or a £90 order through Stampin' Up. So I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Anything you see in my videos or on my Facebook page or on my YouTube or on Instagram or anything like that is probably Stampin' Up and is something you can purchase from my online store. The link to that store is always either in the description or available. I think there's a shop now button here on Facebook and there's similar over on Instagram. So, Sale-a-bration, very exciting. We had 2 new catalogues launch a couple of weeks ago. This one and Sale-a-bration. Now, Sale-a-bration is the freebie, but anything, and it means, let me get my words out. When you buy things from this catalogue or the annual or anything on the online store, you get to choose something for free out of here. Now, today, I thought we'd play with designer series paper because this paper is gorgeous. It is free with during Sale-a-bration. So this is the Dainty Flowers designer series paper, and it coordinates with a stamp set that's in the mini catalogue. So it coordinates with this, which is the Dainty Delight stamp set, and then there's dies as well. It is beautiful. But I haven't ordered it. So I've paired it with something different. I've paired it with, let me find it. Here it is. I have paired it with this. This is the Something Fancy bundle because I just love all of the labels in this. I just thought it was the font. You guys know me in a font. I'm a bit of a sucker for a good font. So yeah, I've paired it with this one instead. But I also thought, because it's such beautiful paper, it actually doesn't need lots of other stuff with it. You can make loads of cards with this just using the paper. So that's sort of what we're going to do tonight. We've got paper, cardstock, sentiments, and that's kind of it. So I thought I'd show you it first. It is stunning. I've turned over every other page so you can see both sides of the paper. This is sheet number 1. It's beautiful. I am a sucker for watercolour. And this is watercolour. It will have been hand watercoloured by somebody at Stampin' Up. It's just beautiful. We've got the lovely green. And this, we're going to make a card with this. This paper is really fun and really handy because it means you can make 6 cards really, really quickly, really simply, just with some DSP. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Then we've got more watercolour, but it's on the back of this. Now, I'm going to make a card with these as well. I've seen this all over Instagram and Pinterest this past week. People fussy cutting out this, which I am not about to do live on video, but I'm going to make a card with the ovals. You've got a really pretty fresh freesia polka dot and some green foliage. A beautiful starry sky sheet and some more rich raspberry, I think. It's probably rich raspberry, flowers, and a blushing bride and some more florals, but in colour this time, which I think was so pretty. One of the things I've got to point out, and all Stampin' Up! Paper is like this. All Stampin' Up! Paper comes on with a white piece of card in the pack, and on it will tell you exactly which Stampin' Up! Colours are in the paper. So if you get the paper home and go, I don't know what colours I need for this, it's in the pack. But also, when you are ordering the paper, so this is the Sale-a-bration book, and the main catalogue is exactly the same. You've got the list of colours listed in, excuse me, I've not got a drink with me tonight either, because this evening's been a bit crazy. You've got the list of colours here as well, so you can see exactly what colours you either need to grab or order with your designer series paper. So this particular pack has all of these colours in it. And excuse my slightly sun-damaged mossy meadow. But we've got Blushing Bride, Crushed Curry, Fresh Freesia, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Rich Raspberry and Starry Sky. I mean, look at that colour combination. It's fabulous. Just gorgeous. A couple of greens in there. Starry Sky is currently one of my absolute faves. So, shall we get to making some projects? Now, the first card, I've got a Rich Raspberry card base and a piece of basic weight. And what I thought we would do very first is grab out that sheet I was talking about where we can make 6 cards from one sheet of paper. And I'm not going to make all 6, and I have done YouTube tutorials on this technique in the past. Oh dear, tickly cough. But it's so super simple. So we've got a Rich Raspberry card base and a piece of basic white that goes over the top. And this does work whether you are making cards using A4 size, which is what I am doing, or although the measurements will be different, the effect will be the same if you are in America using letter size paper, 8.5 by 11. So the width of my card is 10.5 centimetres. This piece is 10 centimetres wide, the white piece. So I'm going to go for 9.5 centimetres on my piece of designer series paper. So I'll cut that first. And then if I turn it round, this measurement here, the long measurement, is 15.8-ish, 15.7.5. This piece, sorry, 14.7.5. This piece is 14.3. So this one is going to be 13.8. And that gives us a border all the way round that matches for each sheet. So she says, trying to line them up, stood at a funny angle. There we go. And it all matches together. Stunning. And I mean, look at that. You don't need much of that, do you? Like, that paper is just beautiful. So let's stamp a sentiment very quickly. And let's go for... Oh, what should we have? There's loads of sentiments in this. This is something fancy, and I've got the dies with me as well, because we're going to grab out the mini cut emboss in a second. Let's go for... I'm almost tempted to do a sympathy card, because I think it's so simple that it would make a really nice sympathy card. I know that's a weird one, but hey. So I have not, because it's brand new, I have not put the stickers on this one yet, and I'd forgotten that. Hopeless. Honestly, it's been one of those days. I did get in my craft room earlier and had a lovely afternoon making a load of projects for various things coming up. I am organised for the week, pretty much. I've even managed a podcast this week, which I did not manage last week, because everything went a little bit crazy. This week is difficult because James is on shifts on every day that I'm off, so trying to be organised, but I will. I know that I'm not failed. I just know that I'm not going to live up to my expectation, but that's also okay. So we've got all of these dies, and I'm just trying to work out which one I fancy using. I think I'm going to use the middle one, the very, very middle one, and I'm going to chop an end off. So let's get Rich Raspberry ink, because it matches the cardstock, and this is one of those things that I absolutely love about Stampin' Up, that I can buy cardstock and ink and also designer series paper that all matches and coordinates, and there's no guesswork. There's no me sitting here going, oh, I think that colour, that might match with that. No, there's none of that, because I know that it will match. So I'm just going to snip that right off of there, just because it's easier when it goes through my cut and emboss machine. So I line that up, and I'm going to kind of put it off to one side, and I have some trusty post-it tape here that I don't even know how long I've had this in my craft room for. A long time, but it just holds my die in place. And the reason I'm going to do that is my mini cut and emboss my plates are a little bit warped, and that's fine. It does not affect the machine at all, but it just means that sometimes my dies move around a bit more than I'd like. So this machine is fantastic, and it is available for free as part of Sale-a-bration, actually, if you choose one of the starter kits. So you can choose, I think it's £170 worth of product and a machine for £125, which I think is awesome. And you can choose either this white one, which is obviously the one I have, or there is a brand new one in a beautiful blue colour called Balmy Blue. Boho Blue. Balmy Blue is the colour we've already got. We're called Boho Blue. That is just gorgeous. So we'll run that through. It's such a handy little machine to keep out on your desk. I tuck mine literally just under this side of my desk has a couple of shelves in it, and it tucks straight underneath my desk, and it's always very handy. Whereas my big machine, it's a big old machine, the standard size cut and emboss machine, and it just gets in the way a little bit. So I like having the mini one. And I use it mostly, I've got to admit, when I'm on video. But yeah, because I can't get my big machine in and out all the time. It's a pain in the bum. So, there is our sentiment on our die cut. And I am just going, like I said, to trim off the edge. And I'm going to use my trimmer. I wouldn't always, but just to make sure I've got an absolutely perfectly straight edge. I'm going to trim that off there. There we go. And look, I mean, that card is so simple, isn't it? So simple. Comes together really quickly. I need some seal, which of course isn't on my desk. Just a little bit of Stampin' Seal on there. Now, one of my intentions for this year is not to make cards with kind of blank insides, which I'm going to go completely against on today's video, because I haven't really got anything to put on the inside. Normally, I'd quite like to put a layer in and stamp it, but I haven't got anything, because I haven't got the stamp set. I'm going to leave them, and I will come up with something to put in the middle. It's just not going to be today. But I will let you know. If you check my Instagram, I will, when I make something for the inside, I will let you know that I've done that. So, a couple of dimensionals on the back of our sentiment. We're just going to pop that there. And look, super quick card with designer series paper that's completely free. Oh, just awesome. So that's card number one. And then let's go for our card with that fabulous oval paper. I'm just leaning kind of round the camera to find it. Here it is. I mean, look at this. I love this paper so much. It's beautiful. So I'm going to trim it with my trimmer before I do anything else. So I'm hoping that I've got my measurements right here. So the piece of old olive I've cut, well, that should work. So this is, I'm cutting that at 12.5 centimetres, and I'm going to cut it this way. I got what size I said. Yeah, so that's, and that's 9.5. So we're going to cut this then at 9. Just see if it, I'll cut it a little bit off, and I'll trim it down, because I need it to be somewhat central. There we go, that's central enough for me. Look at that, it's just beautiful. And it'll layer up really nicely. Again, super quick card. all you need to do is make sure you've got your measurements right, really. So let's layer this one up and get it all adhered down, and then we can sort out our sentiment in a moment. And I think this one we might do birthday, because I think this is special, isn't it? That oval is so pretty. So, and it's not quite right measurement wise for a UK card. It will be for an American card. You will be able to, the Americans watching will be able to get this absolutely perfect, but it just doesn't quite work with UK measurements. But that's also okay, because I don't think that's massively obviously looking weird. Just that little bit, it's a slightly bigger at the beginning, at the top and the bottom, but that's okay, that's fine. So I want the happy birthday, and again, I'm just going to put the stickers on the back of this one. So all of your Stampin' Up! Stamps come either red rubber or photopolymer. Photopolymer you can use literally straight out the box. With your red rubber, you do get a sheet of stickers. Now, you don't have to use the stickers. They're not compulsory. Your stamp will stick on a block without the sticker on it, and no worries. I like to put the cling mount sticker on because I know it's absolutely definitely not going to fall off my block. And I just like the look of it better. I think that's just easier on my eye. That hurts my brain less. So, is it going to go on my little mini one? Yes, it is. So, there we have happy birthday on a block. And I need my piece of basic white again, which I have, of course, moved. And I think, yeah, let's go with Old Olive this time. Oh. And I'm going to just stamp that there. And there's just something really satisfying, isn't there, about putting a stamp down and it just being like the perfect image first time. Like, look at that. Just really crisp and clean and beautiful. So this stamp, we've still got loads of dies in this die set, and actually what's really nice about this die set is you've got the extra bits, so these extra bits fit into these two dies, so you can have kind of detail in your label, which is really lovely. I'm not going to do that today, but I am going to use that one. And I love this die because this is a shape that I kind of manually cut quite often. No, I have, yes. So, still got my trusty piece of post-it tape, so just to adhere that on. So yeah, I quite often cut this shape just with scissors. So having it as a die is really nice. So let's just bring our mini machine back in. And you can see, like, it doesn't weigh anything. It's really, really light. Really doesn't weigh very much at all. And it's such an easy machine to use. Just a case of, and I mean, it is literally just thin dies and standard embossing folders will go through this as well, like thin ones. And the catalogue, Stampin' Up! Do tell you whether the dies in the die set fit through this machine or not, and there's a little icon that says mini next to it, that I will just see if I can find. That would be good, wouldn't it? Rather than me just explaining it to you. Yes, so you see on this page there's a little, like a mini machine with the word mini above it, and that tells you that this will fit, all of these dies in the die set will fit through the mini machine, which is great. It's great to know that before you've bought the dies, isn't it? Of course, Stampin' Up! Dies do go through other machines as well. So if you've got a Big Shot or I don't even know what a Spellbinder's die machine is called anymore, but yeah, all of those machines that will fit through as well. So look at that. It's so pretty. I feel like we need some ribbon though. Do you? What do you think? Do we need some ribbon on that? I did make a card earlier on with that I ruched some ribbon on that I thought was just lovely. But, oh, I've still got... I love this stuff. This is basic white crinkle seam binding ribbon. It's really soft and it makes really nice bows. But I think just underneath, just to ground that sentiment, yes, I do that. So, first of all, I said we're gonna make really simple cards today. I'm still judging them up a little bit. So I'm gonna pop some seal down. Yes, see, I nearly called it snail then. Goodness me, showing my Stampin' Up age. I'm gonna pop that into there. So that's now held on by that glue. But can you see you can still see the adhesive. And that's okay, because what we're going to do is going to pop that sentiment over the top. But I'm going to pop it up on some dimensionals. Now, is this wide enough for a standard? It is. Oh, yippee. Oh, and now not only can I hear what I think is a child stirring, but there's also a cat outside my door, which is also shouting. Oh, don't you love it? Oh, goodness. My house is busy. I'm sure other people have gone through this or going through this as well. I've got 2 toddlers. My children are 2 and 3 years old, so everything's just quite crazy. And then we've got a cat who just likes to shout. She's very, very loud. There we go, look at that. Just so pretty. But I do feel like it could... do we need some sparkle on there? I think we might add some sparkle at the end, see what we've got. So that is 2 cards. And then I do have a third. So I've got a piece of Starry Sky cardstock. I love this colour. It's absolutely beautiful. Just gorgeous. Again, piece of basic white. I do like basic white behind designer scissors paper. I just think it really elevates a card. So let's go with this piece, which is Starry Sky. So it's going to kind of layer on. Do we feel like that's got a way up? Maybe. So let's trim this. So this is going to be, again, my card base is 10.5 centimetres wide. My basic white layer is 10 centimetres, so this needs to be 9.5. So exactly the same measurement as the first piece of designer scissors paper I cut. And this is also the first time I've cut into this paper, but it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful paper. So, super, super simple. Let's get that layered and stuck down before we do anything else. So I'm going to take this card in a slightly different direction. I'm going to make it slightly more complicated than the 2 before, but nothing major. Just going to pop that one on there. Again, just so simple, really lovely. What I have got is that pack of, what's it called, Lovely Layers vellum. And this vellum's so handy. It basically lives on my desk because it's just little sheets, but little handy little sheets of vellum that just, because you get, in this pack, this is in the annual catalogue, you get some layers that are printed, and then you get a load of plain ones at the back that are just very, very useful. So I've got that. And I've also, the other thing I've got out on my desk, because they basically never leave my desk, is the Stylish Shapes die. So I'm going to take one of the circles, not the largest one, the second largest one, and we're going to die cut that. So that's going to go onto our card. And then we again need a sentiment. I've lost the stamp set because I've put my dies on top of it. That's good, isn't it? Let's go for a thank you this time. Really nice and simple. So there's that. And find the sticker in the middle. I absolutely love. There's something really therapeutic about putting all the stickers on your stamps. I got the On the Farm stamp set as well when I in the same order as this one actually. And it's got loads of little stamps in it, and it was so nice to put all the stickers on the back of all the animals. It was lovely, loved it. Had a great 20 minutes. Where is it? Here. It's a really fun stamp set. We're putting all those stickers on. Oh, it was lovely. I had a great time doing it. I'm a little bit weird. I can't help it. So let's stamp this. Let's go for a different colour. Let's go for a contrast. Let's go for crushed curry on this one. So, and obviously this card is going to be the one that's not floral as well. Let's stamp that right in the middle, because I haven't decided what die I'm using yet. That's good as well, isn't it? We've still got loads of dies left. Actually, I might go for that hexagon. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. So let's pop that there, and that'll layer up really nicely. Grab my plates. So send the sentiment through first. All of the details of the Stampin' Up! Joining offer are in the back of the Sale-a-bration catalogue, and I've got a dedicated page on my blog where you can find all of the details. I personally think that joining is absolutely the best deal, because when you join, you don't just get what's in your starter kit, because you also then get 20% off of at least 20% off all of your Stampin' Up! Orders for the time that you are a demonstrator. So that could be up to 6 months at this point in the year. Or actually up to 7 months, because you'd have a month in pending as well. So that gets you into July, and we'll have had a new annual catalogue by then as well, which is, I do love a new annual catalogue. So, there's some very funny noises happening in my house. So that's, 20% off. If you're going to spend, let's be honest, we're all looking for a discount at the moment, aren't we? And 20% is a really, really handy discount to have. So we've got that. Thank you. Let's have some more ribbon. Let's have a great big bow out of this. This is card making completely on the fly this evening, by the way. I'd cut my cards, but I didn't have a plan for this card particularly. I love a bit of organic card making sometimes, working out what we're going to do with it as we go along, because we haven't always got a plan. Oh, I do love this ribbon. Oh, gorgeous. Right, I'll trim that off. Not too tidy, but I don't want a tidy ribbon. I want a nice messy ribbon. I feel like we're missing something still. What else could we add? Let's have a think. I don't want a fussy cut. I'm trying to resist the urge to fussy cut basically all of that paper. How about... I was saying this is not going to be a floral card. But if we did a hexagon of that as well, I think that would be nice, wouldn't it? A bit of that one. Yeah, go do that. So I'm going to just literally chop into this piece of paper, and people go when I chop into paper like that. But you know what? I just need the paper off of it. So I'll do that. Where's my post-it tape gone? There we go. Bring my machine back in and run that through. Has everybody had a lovely weekend? What's everybody been up to? I had a totally chilled day yesterday. I've got my machine on the wrong way. Didn't actually leave the house yesterday. It was heaven. Did not leave the house, did not get dressed, did not do very much at all. Just needed one of those days, the proper full-on pyjama day, me and the kids on the sofa watching Disney films all day. It was lush. And then today we ended up going, this morning, took Neve shopping. I mean, she might be 3.5, but she definitely knows what she wants. And for a baby chino in Costa, which was lovely. And then I got a full afternoon all to myself in my craft room, which was lovely, because that does not happen very often. So let's have a look at that. Layer these pieces together. I've cut my fingernails as well today, and so I've got no grip on anything. Hopeless. Oh, that's better, isn't it? That's better. Right. I'm going to pop a little bit of snail on the back of this piece of vellum, and you're going to go, because we're going to be able to see through it, but it'll be okay. It will be okay. So I'm going to just move that up a little bit. And I have got that hanging off of the edge, but again, that's fine, because I'm going to take my paper snips, and I'm just going to run those snips up the side of the designer series paper. I could have done that before I'd stuck everything down, but I didn't know what I was going to do, so I couldn't. So I'm going to pop this piece of designer series paper on first, like that. And obviously we've now covered up a good chunk of that adhesive. And a couple of dimensionals on the back of our sentiment, if I can get the backing off. Where is my take a pic tool gone? Had one on my desk earlier, definitely did. There it is. Love this thing. Pokey tool's really handy for sticking in your dimensionals and pulling the backs off when you've got no fingernails, because you've cut them too short, because you're special on a Sunday. Right, I'll put that thank you on there, and then I just need a glue dot for our bow. Like that. I'm going to pop that up at the top there. I can tuck that then. Ooh, tuck that behind. Oh, that die cut. Oh, and I've... where's it gone? There it is. Right, tuck that behind there like that. Isn't that fun? So there we've got 3 fabulous cards using the Dainty Delight Designer Series paper. Do we need some bling on those? What do you think? I think we do really, don't we? What shall we add? Shall we just go with some basic rhinestones? Where have they gone? Where have they gone? Oh, there's a packet. I'm sure I've got an open pack. She says, my... there it is. Got a very old packet. So this is what, when you buy rhinestones, it'll come in a packet, looks like that. I'm currently using these ones. Been in my craft room for a little while. So I want the little ones. I'm just going to scatter 3 on. Oh, that looks better, doesn't it? I'm happy with that. And another 3 on there. And I think, yeah, another 3. I always do a trio. A bit of a sucker for a 3, but there's something about your eye likes odd numbers, so 3 usually works really well. So that is our 3 cards for this evening. Thank you ever so much for joining me. If you like anything that you've seen this evening, do let me know. Let me know if you'd like a catalogue. I can send one out to you in the post. UK only though for the time being. And yeah. If I can help with anything crafty, let me know. There is a new podcast episode coming on Tuesday, so I will try and remember to share that here on Facebook. I don't always remember. So there's that. I've got a blog post going up on Tuesday as well. There'll be inspiration all week over on Instagram. And I hope to see you again really soon. Thanks ever so much for joining me this week. And I hope to see you again next week. Bye for now.